Drop that beat.
5, 4, 3, 2. This the motherfucking Clubhouse Labs podcast on the planet where we do shit and we on planet. It's your motherfucking favorite host, boy, AR Denzel. Shout out to Sunshine Sheen in the building. Dayton's on DJ Fat B, our house DJ. What's up with it? Hey, so listen, we getting right into topics today or what? Or we know we was talking about something. Let's talk about it.
We was just talking about that funeral. We was just talking about that Lil Wayne album. And there is a vast spectrum of opinion on this album, I believe. And
fuck that, we having a disagreement. There's a disconnect somewhere.
Cause I can't get jiggy with that shit.
Nah, I feel like, look, see, it's one opinion here. It's the other end of the spectrum over there, and then I'm somewhere in the middle. So that's what I'm trying to say. See, y'all niggas
so
meet me in the
Fat B.
middle. Y'all meet me in the middle.
Every time, it's always Fat B on the opposite side of the fence with me, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to pull him over here to this Young Money regiment.
Different don't mean wrong though, cuz.
No, it definitely don't mean wrong. I never said that. You put words in my mouth?
Nah, I'm just saying.
Expeditiously putting words in my mouth?
I'm just saying though, because
Hold on.
what we were saying about that, what we were saying about the album before, like, I feel like it's a classic because us being older, you feel me? Not necessarily old, but the older generation now, the motherfuckers that, you feel me, is buying or is buying into popular music.
Okay.
We consider this a classic because this is somebody that was huge when we were the generation buying into popular music. We made Wayne's career, you feel me, with our fandom, with our support. We made Wayne the superstar, the legend that he is. So for him to come with an album somewhat in the style of the music that we grew up loving, it's a classic for our generation. But like I said, we're not the primary base consuming music now.
And I respect that.
So this demographic is gonna, you feel me, based on their musical opinion, they're gonna, you feel me, put it in the trash bin.
But I don't believe that sonically, just because sound has changed sonically, that we should say that a familiar sound or a previous sound that was at one point the high, you feel me, the highlighted sound, we shouldn't say it's trash because it don't sound like what we constantly hearing today. As far as bars, I listen to it. It's still the old Wayne. I just remember 2 years ago. I remember 2 years ago, people was begging for that Wayne.
But see, the thing is, and I said this before, Lil Wayne created this wave. Lil Wayne was like the ripple in the water that created the wave. You feel me?
Sound like something shorted, don't it?
Who was it plugged up into?
It's plugged into that.
Lil Wayne started the wave and couldn't keep up with it.
Okay.
Like Cassidy with battle rap.
Okay.
You feel me? He was at the top of that shit, and he inspired so many niggas to do the type of different shit that he was doing. That shit just kept getting more different and more different and more different that he couldn't keep up with it no more. So now these niggas looking like that same old style, you feel me, that we know, that we love and we recognize, you feel me, is too different for these new different niggas, you feel me?
Yeah. I just think, like you said, man, I just believe sonically the sound of music has changed sonically. So in that aspect, I believe people are just they not trying to hear that because too often have I heard people just write off music because it ain't getting them automatically like he said, when the beat come on, if it ain't a beat that I'm trying to hear right now that I feel like I'm gonna rock to, I'm gonna automatically change it. So people listen for different things
that goes back to what we had this debate a couple times on a couple shows. Actually, hip hop is about beats. Hip hop started with the DJ. You feel me?
But he was still mixing words though.
The thing is, the DJ was mixing break beats. You feel me? They was going for vibes to get people dancing for real. So MCs got on the mic really just to get people grooving, just really saying little bullshit.
Okay.
Hip hop till you don't stop, rock it to the bang bang boogie. You feel me? Some bullshit. You feel me? Throw your hands in the air, make it like you just don't care. You feel me? Little shit. You feel me? That shit ain't lyrical at all. You feel me? We developed lyrical complexity. You feel me? Over decades of hip hop. So for motherfuckers to try to criticize this new wave for going with vibes, with how the music make you feel rather than the complexity of the lyrics.
They're like a hippie nation, but you know what?
It's like,
you know what? That spins into something, bro. Because it's a drug. We like hip hop is in a drug induced state.
It's like the 60s down there. Everybody on drugs. Everybody.
Yeah. So it's like kind of you. So I can see why people want vibes. You get what I'm saying? That's why the music with some sound get more play or get more. You know what I'm saying? Just love, just for the simple fact that people want to feel good. But at the same time, I believe we forgetting what hip hop. It was about DJs, but it was collectively. Like, used to be about politics, spreading messages and shit through the music. Like, just because they said
no, it didn't.
Shit, you don't think they spread?
You thinking more of like Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 and but before then it was just niggas in parties. They goddamn shouting out motherfuckers on the floor and hey, this my man. And they saying how good the DJ is for real. DJ is incredible, you feel me?
So, and my thing with that is, kind of what y'all was saying earlier. Me personally, like, you know, I'm a DJ and people send me music all the time. You know what I'm saying? They ask for their opinion on it and, you know, what I thought about it as far as being a DJ and stuff. So it's more like with me, I kind of, I listen to the beat. The beat gonna catch me regardless. If the beat hot, I'll be like, okay, this motherfucker be saying this damn ABCs 1, 2, 3s, but damn, this motherfucker beat.
So you saying the beat can make you cancel out even caring about really what the artist is saying?
Hell yeah,
that's evident.
Hell yeah. I mean, you know, I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100. Keep it all the way 100.
I mean,
we gonna keep it all the way 100, man. Now, if I play the box right now, y'all listen to the beat, you be like, the motherfucking song is banging. That beat's nasty. You feel me? But if you really listen to what dude really saying, you're gonna be like,
he's saying the box 1,000 times. That's what
thank you. You feel me? But guess what?
His box different.
The motherfucking vibe, the vibe of the song is the vibe of the, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I listen to the beat first. If the beat catch me, I'm like, damn, he at least got his motherfucking foot in the door, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We you know what I'm saying, you can at least, you know what I'm saying, okay, he got decent lyrics, so damn, that motherfucker was snapping. He was snapping on some shit, so yeah, that's just as far as from a DJ aspect, how I think
cut that shit off. We ain't trying to get sued. We ain't trying to pay nobody.
That nigga hot right now. Hey, I forgot. Listen, I'm over here bopping too. I'm about to start rapping. Like, he's talking about box shit. I'm gonna rap about the box too.
You silly. You trying to get sued. You stupid.
But like, yeah, so even just on, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just believe that the sound is changing, and like, just like when our generation music came out that we grew up on, the people previous to that. Ooh, excuse me. Damn, that's why you don't drink pop. But the people previous to that used to say it was trash, remember? Right, so it's the same thing. We're going down the same cycle because we also, the young kick the old out the door too. They feel like shit. If you say anything past a certain age, it's just weak. You know what I'm saying? Because you just of a certain age, and we be like, damn, like what kind of like goddamn, I can't be 30 and do this still. They be like, nah, man, you down there supposed to be gone cleaning gutters and shit. Right. They be trying to write you off when you old, so shit.
I mean, and I guess with me just getting older as a DJ, man, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, looked at Gucci and how he gravitated towards the young generation. You know what I'm saying? Like at first I used to be like, man, I ain't trying to, and it really started with Chief Keef and them. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit, but
What's
then,
up, Riz?
then, you know what I'm saying, as I got older, I'd be like, man, you know, shit. When we was young, motherfuckers weren't trying to listen to Jeezy or, you know what I'm saying, weren't trying to listen to no damn Franchise Boys or you know what I'm saying, Gucci. They weren't trying to hear that shit. They try to hear that, yo, son. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? 36 Chambers type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I still look cool, dude.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I kind of had to gravitate towards the younger generation more than anything.
Right.
Now,
Hitting nice. My Jews been hitting nice.
You spit.
32 really is in the dime. It ain't a road. But your nigga is a snitch. His homegirl told.
Hey, you still got it. You still got it. You still got it. You still got it. Okay, you still got it. You still got it. You still got it.
All right, let's jump back in it though. We was talking about the box. You was playing the box. So, yeah, it's been. I mean, like I said, man, the charge has really been the same, really, for the last couple of weeks.
He dominating. Now you need to highlight that.
How it's been.
Highlight it.
That's
like,
what I said.
We give it. Yeah.
How it's been the same. Roddy Ricch, the return of Roddy Ricch. That's what I gotta call this little segment here, because Roddy Ricch has taken his album. Well, the fans have taken Roddy Ricch's album. Please excuse me for being antisocial. To the #1 spot 3 times in the past 8 weeks.
Okay.
His song has been #1 for 4 weeks.
Hey, excuse me, listen, if y'all watching on Facebook, we need y'all to tell us, can y'all really hear us? Can y'all hear us on Facebook? Make sure, because we need y'all to interact. Interact. What's up, Talisha? The BBW is in the building. Drop some comments. What y'all quiet for?
What y'all want to talk about, you feel me?
We said put up what you want to talk about. Right now, we're talking about music.
Y'all be reading the title on the live, man.
Nope.
Yeah, man.
Clickbait, motherfuckers.
I bet you say I'm popping. I bet if you typed in I'm popping my shit, everybody tune in. Everybody
Tune in. That's when they just start saying tune in.
Yeah, but Roddy Ricch, man, he half the time that he been on the charts, he done been in #1 for his song and for his album. He the first week, the debut week, 101,000 album equivalents, 3,000 pure albums. We got 5 songs off of the album on the Hot 100. The box was at #1 with no single release at all. They never released the song as a single, but getting popularized on the internet and TikTok and all this shit, it rose to #1 on its own.
But you know what? That's the power though of the internet though, and that's what a lot of these artists don't be realizing is because of that. It's like you gotta grind. Shout out to Yellow fucking Pain. You gotta grind. I remember we was just discussing the list. I remember we was just discussing that list, right? Remember? We were discussing that list. He wasn't at the top. And he wasn't at the top of that list. A lot of people had him at the bottom of the list or wanted him off the list completely.
Because they ain't know who the fuck you was.
They ain't know who he was or just what too much talent was. So it just showed that you don't need the popularity.
I thought you was talking about the real list. The real list, he was like #3.
No. You talking? Yeah, the real list. Yeah, I'm talking about the one. You know how our city list was trying to count niggas out. Like, who is he?
That was a pool list. That was probably made by a nigga that don't belong on the list.
Exactly.
So I don't feed into that shit. I ain't feeding into the first shit because I think it's just like stunts for real. Because I mean, who's
hey, look, he wasn't on the shit. He wasn't on the fly. Look, he wasn't on the list, and now he about to be on Ellen.
This nigga just got
on Ellen. Ain't that some shit?
He got tweeted by Chelsea Clinton and shit. Chelsea Clinton tweeted him before Jada Pinkett put him on the IG.
Shade Room, mixtape, XXL,
all over. Yeah, real shit. He going places, and motherfuckers really.
And guess what he rapping about?
Shit about it.
Some real shit.
Yeah, Rich, they been sleep on him. The first list turned the city up.
Yeah, because it got niggas beefing.
You know
that's
what
all we know how to do.
See, me and her was talking about that at work. We were talking about that at work. They did. It lit a fire under rappers' ass. But for how long? It turned into much more of an issue. don't mention my name type bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it benefited in a way to bring light to the city and little artists right there, but at the same time, people didn't capitalize off of it, so it was a dud.
It wasn't. Didn't nobody blow off of that shit. And
Gwen Walker, what up, nephew?
Beef off of that shit for real.
Yeah.
It was more of a setback than, you feel me, a setup
Exactly.
for success. You feel me? It wasn't really
Oh yeah.
productive.
But you know what though? That's the art of I think that's just the art of the game though. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have, it's like the dial system shit. You gonna shit.
Oh man, hey, usually I don't do this, man. But I told you I wanted to talk about how the Grammys affected the charts for real, right?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
how
So it was a lot of controversy. You feel me? A lot of, you feel me? Just musicians in the industry period was kind of outspoken about Billie Eilish, the, you feel me, 18-year-old singer. She won all the Grammys and shit. She won 5 Grammys this year.
Yeah.
And didn't nobody know who she was, I guess. But
Everybody knew who she was.
Me personally,
She was at
seen
number
her
one.
name a
She
few
was at
times,
number
but I
one
ain't never really
for-
listened
for
to her music to as
several weeks. They said that
She a dope little chick too, for real.
her
Yeah.
she got 6 top 40 singles. She got her album debuted at number 1. It was the number 1 performing album of 2019. She deserved those awards. You don't gotta be a fan, but don't be a hater if a motherfucker put in the work. You feel me? You might not have been one of the fans that bought that motherfucking album. You feel me? But it was millions of them. You feel me?
She
won.
that old school.
Hey.
You might not like it, but I know somebody who will.
Let me tell you what she did. She just turned 18 in December 18th.
5 Grammys, nigga.
5 Grammys, 2 AMAs,
2 AMAs,
3
nigga.
VMAs,
3 VMAs, niggas.
2 Guinness World Records.
Breaking records,
Real
bitch.
shit. The youngest performer to win all 4 of the main Grammys,
Yeah, flexing on you niggas.
and then the first woman to win all 4 of the main.
Flexing on you bitches.
That's the best new artist, the record of the year, the song of the year, and the album of the year.
Yeah.
So like we can't really, I mean, it might
Yeah.
not be your cup of tea, but you feel me?
Listen. She ain't gotta be your cup of tea because
Can't
you don't
hate.
even drink tea.
Can't
Most of
hate.
y'all drink. Y'all don't even drink juice.
Mm.
Y'all don't
Nah.
even juice right. Y'all drink.
Nah, I
So we
drink
ain't expecting y'all to drink
Hennessy,
tea.
goddamn.
Y'all drink Hennessy. Listen.
Hennessy.
I drink, hey, hold on, wait,
Nah.
cause I drink Hennessy too. You know.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah. Shout
hey
out
man,
to
y'all better
Give us
get
a
healthy before y'all
sponsorship.
get off that Tito's, man.
Yeah, them Tito's.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Shout out to Lotto Gang. What's up, boy? Satcho, where's the
What's
music?
going on, brother?
You know,
What's happening?
you know what's gonna happen, man, when I see
Hey.
it.
But what I was saying about it affecting the charts though, she's the biggest streaming gainer for the week. Her song "Everything I Wanted" rose 13 spots up to the top 10 in the Hot 100. She's the biggest sales gainer with her song "Bad Guy." That was the one that was number 1 for the month. It was her
I just
first number one
downloaded
single.
that shit too.
That rose 24 spots this week up to number 17. So, yeah, really, I think that even the controversy, you feel me, even the hate around her receiving the awards really put her name even further out there and got more people trying to figure out who is this girl. And she is mad talented. You feel me? You gotta have an ear for that type of music. You gotta like her type of music to really
So
appreciate
what
it.
kind of music do you think she is?
I think it's
What she creates? Something?
it's pop.
It's pop.
It's pop. It's
But
a
she
different
deal
style.
with-
It's a different
she's just
style
more
of
of a-
pop, but it is.
She urban pop. She basically is a girl with her own way. She wouldn't fit in either group, so she's creating her own group, and
Right.
a lot of people deal with her because she's dope. I mean, she's just a dope artist. She can write,
It worked. She found
yeah.
her lane. you feel
and
me?
she could just her sound blends well with rappers.
Yeah, she's new school. You feel me? And that's what we saying about all of this music. Like we might not understand it. You feel me? Our ears might not be.
I'm gonna
tuned
disagree
to
with
it.
that. It's a such thing as bad publicity because Not all publicity garners any money. Shit.
Ah, yeah, it's a very good such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get caught with doing some shit on Facebook. Yeah, that's bad publicity.
we ain't gonna go there. Yeah. Also, Lizzo making appearances all these places. Super Bowl, red carpet, blah blah blah. She rose 11 spots on the Hot 100. True Hurts still doing his thing out here. I'm tired of it.
Tell Lizzo to pull up on me and play the foot.
You know, I'm past Lizzo. I really don't pay her attention no more. I don't look at her pictures. I only pay her. She kind of I muted her.
Wow.
I muted her on my Twitter. I don't want to hear about Lizzo and her butter rolls.
And Hawaiian rolls.
I think
Hawaiian rolls.
The Hawaiian rolls. Yeah, because she's sweet, but
yeah, she just tried to go too hard, too fast.
You think she
I
a victim of doing too much?
I don't want to cancel Lizzo.
I ain't no, because I'm not even a part of cancel culture. I just don't. I mean, I don't find it. She had a couple dope songs that was cool.
Slow down on the. I don't even want to call them stunts because I wouldn't call them stunts if somebody else did them. But it's just like we getting. I don't know. We get to the point where we know that people are highly critical. You feel me?
I fuck with all the talent. This is AR. But listen, Lizzo, calm down. You a singer. Chill out.
Let the
Sing.
music speak for itself. You don't got
Megan,
to pull stunts.
Put some clothes on. Okay. We know you can twerk. We seen it. You had your fun. Put some clothes on. Quit letting that lead your goddamn career. Yeah, don't let that funky. Listen. If you ever in your fucking life let somebody like that put it. Listen, Megan. You look like a bed wench. Don't you ever in your life let anybody, let alone crusty ass G-Eazy. Gerald, come on. Gerald, really?
And my
We
cousin
need
named Gerald. Go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying, but where is Soldier? Where the fuck is Soldier Boy when we need him? G-Eazy.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you somebody who y'all ain't hip to. This guy I'm playing this fucking instrumental right now. I'm gonna put y'all on game, bro. If by next year this man don't blow, if not the end of this year, y'all gonna hear about this guy.
Really?
His name is Larry June. Larry June from San Francisco, California. If you follow DJ Fat B on Snapchat, Instagram, I play his shit constantly. This is some of the smoothest shit you gonna hear in the world.
He a singer, he R&B or he rap?
He rap, but he just got some of the most play. You hear this shit in the background.
Yeah. Always gonna hear some new shit. You know who I really been listening to? Tory Lanez just dropped some shit.
Yeah, I just downloaded the song. Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah.
That shit hard.
Yeah. So we got some other shit we gonna talk about, man. Turn that down for me, man. Cause you know what, we got to get real. Cause I think what time we got?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock on the dot. You already know it's the Clubhouse Live, the loudest podcast on the planet, where we do shit and we don't plan it.
Like, share, watch party. Quit playing.
Yeah, the family's in the building. You know what's going on. Shout out to Sunshine. She over there. Where she at?
She's in Kansas.
Kansas City over there. You know what I'm saying?
Chilling out. Click your heels 3 times.
Yeah, Dorothy, come home. Well, listen, but nah, real talk. I just want to get into. I think we need to discuss this Gayle King, Kobe Bryant situation. Top of the hour. We're gonna get into a couple songs real quick. DJ Fat B, what you got spent? What you got queued up for us, man? You got I know you got something sent to you that you feel like is worth.
I'm gonna be honest. D Shiny sent me some shit, but I ain't been able to get in my damn email because I cannot remember my fucking password. But shout out to D Shiny, man. I got you, bro. Let me try to get in my email, man. But I seen you sent it to me last night. I ain't even get to listen to it.
You sent it to me? Okay.
Yeah, I'm DJ Fat B, that's why.
Oh, okay. Okay, DJ Fat B.
But
Shiny.
if you want to hear some new shit on the industry side,
new shit.
Let's see who we got.
Spanking new brands.
Brand spanking new.
Let's see.
Yikes.
Man, I got some Gotti.
Yo, Gotti.
I got some new Gotti.
What y'all trying to hear?
Some new Gotti.
Thomas Torch, what's up, bro?
What's
What
up
y'all
right
trying
now?
to hear?
Drop some hot songs.
See, there's something wrong with that speaker.
Other thing is,
Yeah, something wrong with that speaker, man.
who that?
Can't hear
That's how the
nothing.
beat sound.
That shit supposed to, that's the song is playing.
If I plug this up in here, it'll be good.
Well, John, hey, you try it.
Huh?
You try it. I'm gonna look playing music and you try it.
What? Whoa, wait a minute. It's too close.
Yeah, come on, guys.
What the hell?
What the hell?
See?
Oh, come on.
Let's see if it's just my
come on,
chord
guys,
or
come
my
on.
sound.
Fucking DJ Fat B did it.
I ain't do shit.
Pushing it.
I ain't do shit.
Really?
Oh, come on.
Tom Torch, Cliff Rupp, what's
Hey,
going
listen,
on?
man.
What's going on, y'all? Hey, drop some comments, man. What y'all want to talk about? We got.
Hey, because we about
got a
to
hot
get into
topic.
this Gayle
We got-
King and this Kobe Bryant. And you know, I'm just going to basically say it like this.
Top of the hour.
It's wrong in both ways to me. So listen.
Mm.
Let me get into some. I want some clear stack.
It was
Let's go.
hilarious in some ways too. I can't even lie.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, so it might be
Yo.
something on my end.
Post office been acting weird. Picture perfect plan, I swear I didn't need a caption there. Switching up the love, so I always started texting there. Some love, got on my feet like I didn't can. Close to the plug, to my family, still
Yeah, that was me.
chasing bags, Bloody Mary, we're center. So real, can I chew for ain't got money? Making plans and making calls, I come to quarterback.
Damn, don't tell me I just bought this. Who is this?
Take out the trash, that's my choice since I was 4. 99 problems with some things you can't ignore. Yeah, battle of demons, but somehow I win the war. I just take more.
I'm about to say, send me airdrop.
What?
That shit out of control. Acting like some investments I couldn't afford. Patiently wait to take flight and tell the board. I'm ready for whatever, that's a scout sign. Can't judge me in decisions, cause you know you're right.
Where this is, man?
But I guess I'm really black, color doing what I gotta do. I never been impossible. Yeah, close to the pillars, to my family, still no cold though. Chasing bags, Bloody Mary, we're center. Struggle real, can I chill if I ain't got a money? Making plans and making calls, I come to quarterback.
And make sure y'all go follow us on. Make sure y'all go follow us on our YouTube channel. You already know what it is, the Clubhouse Live Podcast. That's on YouTube. You also can get these episodes on Apple Music, Spotify. Run them numbers up for us. We are currently at 1,000 listeners a month. We trying to get to 5,000 listeners a month. So let's go.
We had 1,000? Hey, hold on, bro. You got to do a hand clap, man. You got to do a hand clap, bro. Straight up. That's at 1,000? Who's this?
Post office been acting weird. Picture perfect plan, I swear I didn't need a caption there. Switching up the plug, cause my
Who's
old
this
started
rapper?
texting there. Some losses got on my feet like I didn't can. Close to the plug, close to my family, still no calls though. Chasing bags, Bloody Mary, we're center. Struggle real, can I chill if I ain't got a money? Making plans and making calls, I come to quarterback.
What's happening with you, cuz?
No use of it, baby, wanna cut, got no time to wait. No time to wait. Food on the plate.
It's that Larry June, Payroll Giovanni.
Okay.
Shit make you want to gangbang for real. Right.
Bitch, shit come pay, bitch. Did hella dirt in the dark. That's why the chains let my niggas on the same shit. Flip work, take champagne, six.
DJ Fat B hit you with all
This
the
shit make you want to skate, dude.
Yeah, hit you with all the new music.
Mornings and counties, I serve killers and now I used to fill up in bags. Now I fill up the trunk with shopping bags from sacks. Wake up and do what
I like that.
I plant the seeds with my money, now I ball. Quarterback, bitch.
nigga say, he said, bitch, don't check me, check your engine light. Hey, bro, Larry Jewel, funny, man.
If I say fuck a nigga, then it's fuck him, that's law. Labels never understood a nigga, guess I'm too raw. We getting money independent, so these labels on their best behavior. I try to stack some 50, so these jewelers on their best behavior.
Yeah.
On this when they got these bitches and they feelings on their best behavior. Get out of line, spend digits, show these niggas on their best behavior.
Yo.
Don't check me, check engine light. House by the ocean, I can hear it in the
Oh, yeah, he cut fuck you from through the day.
It's
over, huh? Be like this sometimes.
I don't be knowing how to take that shit, but you know what it is, man. It is what it is, man. We'll let it. We give people one more chance, you know.
Biggie, give me one more chance.
Biggie,
That's
can't
good.
you
Hey,
see?
that's Cuz, man. For real. Cuz got a kind heart.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I do
don't
because
really
no,
care.
I be believing
like
things
I said,
happen. I really do.
Like I said the first time that we had a cancellation, I don't really care if don't nobody come on the show. For real.
Oh, but listen,
Because we had people watching and listening before we had any guests. So, we still got a show to do. We still got shit to say, shit to share with y'all. You feel me? So.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But we ain't gonna write people off because things happen and shit. And it was told earlier, so we was
Nah,
scared.
it
you know what I'm saying? We don't want nobody to feel no type of way.
It ain't nothing about today's occurrence.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But no, we did get somebody disrespectfully.
Yeah,
Didn't show up.
Who was that, man?
we ain't gonna name.
We'll
no
never
names.
get him no more shine over this motherfucker again.
We'll
Won't
talk
be
about
no
it off
records
air.
played.
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day. Listen, man. Wait till our new lighting system comes and y'all get to really and y'all ladies really get to see us. Even though I'm married, you know what I'm saying. Your ladies really gonna be tuning in. So we about to start getting fly as fuck on y'all.
And hold
That's
on,
what's
you
gonna
pop my
happen.
shit. Yeah, let me show. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Show this good 100 pounds I ain't lost.
You know what, man? I believe it's time that we just start showing out just collectively on the fly side, fucking them up, because I think they need to be fucked up. Shout out to my nigga Los for fucking them up. For fucking them up. But listen, so now that we done played these couple tracks, man, that right there was Larry June.
Yeah, before we get into the topic though,
All right.
I gotta Kodak Black, as we know, is serving a 4-year sentence for weapons charges.
Yeah.
So apparently Kodak Black alleges on his Twitter account that he was
Being mistreated.
yeah.
That he felt like they trying to kill him.
And had been locked in the bathroom, I guess, for an extended period of time, and you can away from all of the
Population, yeah. They was not letting him take his family calls, taking out his mail. They wouldn't let him contact his lawyer.
I guess last week he got approved to be transferred to a prison in Kentucky to finish out his sentence.
Yeah, because you know they hurry up and rushed and moved him before they even released all the information. So his mama didn't even know where he was at.
Boy, that'd be a
But
bad feeling. Man.
hopefully that's more so for his welfare and his well-being than to cover up their
Yeah.
tracks or whatever they had going on. You feel me? But shout out to Kodak Black. We hope. Well, I can't say that I hope the best for a nigga that's in prison because he ain't gonna see the best. But you feel me? We hope that you're not being mistreated while you serving your time. You feel me?
Calling nigga Kodak, just calling him Bill.
And yeah, and everybody I know that Sunshine has her fan base that likes to listen to her do her real ninja news, but unfortunately she is out of town enjoying life away from you niggas at this time. So to tell you a couple of things that she might have talked about. We had some messy wasn't any mess going on that really was even this week that popped off. She had flat out, you know what I'm gonna say, yikes. Nicki dissed Meek. Meek dropped an inspirational track.
What's up, sis?
Justin Bieber and goddamn Quavo dropped a nice track with a video where he was stealing all Drake's antics by giving people gifts. So he's still on this pandering campaign, giving black girl cars and giving money away. You know what I'm saying? But hey, shout out to him. We want to give his money away.
Let's do it.
Give me some.
Yeah, we donate us. We definitely could use some, Justin. We fuck with you over here. I really like the Purpose album. Hey, Canada rock out. Hey, what's up with all these Canadians think they're gonna keep coming to? Hey, you know what? Let's talk about that. We don't need you motherfuckers coming down here giving us charity videos, bro. Y'all notice this shit? Drake gave us a charity video with was it Nice for What?
Nah, it's
God's Plan.
God's Plan, and then here comes Justin Bieber with his goddamn song with a charity video
like,
to America.
Look at America down there. It's so sad.
Yeah, they made it. They treat us like a third world country. Like they don't have free insurance.
They know who win office or shit. We do
Yeah.
not. Motherfuckers depressed for real.
Hey, listen.
Hey, you know it'd be dope if they went down to Mexico and did that shit.
Hey, Oprah, this is a good time. Before we get into this, Oprah, if you're listening to this, we really want you to listen to this. But this is be a good time for you to come through. Like, you get a car. That'll definitely distract us from Gail. So just
They
give
gonna
us
fuck
some.
with both of them. for real.
I forget how to say her name.
They motherfuckers fuck with both of them.
How much is it gonna cost for us not to talk about Gail King?
Me?
Yeah.
Oprah paying?
Anybody. I'm just saying, what's the price tag to not to not cancel
big
Gail?
mouth, girl.
Shit, a house out in Beaver Creek and a Tesla, and I won't say
I don't
shit.
want no house out.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man,
If
DJ Fab, what the fuck you trying to move
If I fuck with
man?
Oprah, I don't want no damn Beaver Creek house.
Shit, I'll take a condo
Buy
in
me
Beaver
Beaver
Creek.
Creek, bitch.
I'll take a condo in Beaver Creek.
I don't want to live in Beaver Creek. I'm cool.
I want to own
I just
Beaver
don't.
Creek. That'd be cool.
Beaver Creek ain't for me. Beaver Creek has a lot more issues other than.
Oh, nigga, if I own Beaver Creek, it ain't gonna be no police, nigga.
I ain't even just talking about the police. Just the citizens of Beaver Creek. Not all you guys.
I
but
lost
most
my
of them.
license because I had a.
Hey man, I like Beaver Creek. I ain't really had too many problems or nothing like that.
I like the green. I don't like Beaver Creek.
Yeah, shout out to the green, but
Beaver
I
Creek
like
said
Beaver Creek.
no, but Beaver Creek said they didn't want buses coming to the Fairfield Mall because of who?
True, but they come anyway though.
Hmm?
They still there,
And
right?
then guess what happened, Fairfield Mall? You stupid motherfucker. You didn't want us out there, and now you ain't got a mall for real.
Mm-hmm.
Same shape as Dayton Mall. Dumbass. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Hey man, besides though, hey man, some condos I've been looking out there, man. I want to get.
Hey, so listen, anybody in Fairborn, Beaver Creek area, Fabby out there condo shopping.
Hey man.
So y'all go ahead and introduce him to the neighborhood. Throw TP, take paper towels and shit all over his car.
Hey, nah, just don't shut the fuck up, man. Just don't mind my loud music. That's how you go hear some loud ass
He fucked
music.
up. If you think you going out to Beaver Creek with some loud music,
That's how you go hear some
boy.
loud music. That's it,
Yeah,
man.
man,
That's
come
it. I
back.
just like to listen to my shit
He
loud.
said you ain't coming
They
back.
ain't coming back with that loud music.
They gonna shoot, talking about, I swear to God, I didn't know. When the music said boom, I thought it was a gunshot.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Oh, yeah, give me a Tesla too and I'll be happy.
Yeah, everybody want a Tesla.
I want a Tesla to
Hey, you guys,
drive.
I think I'm about to buy me a new car.
I think I'm about to buy me an old car.
I want me to. That was a good one. But no, I've been looking. I drove that Audi truck. That what is it?
You what?
S50.
Audi truck?
Yeah.
Was it a small body or big body?
It was a medium body.
That's outside of my.
It's Q something.
Q750. Yeah, it's a
no,
Q50 though.
Yeah.
But
I just got to that tax bracket this year. I can't. Even
when I
talk
drove
about
it though, I
that
just
shit.
felt so amazing. It was so amazing that the cop pulled me over. He didn't know what was going on. He like, hey, I'm like, so you know what? I feel like it's my obligation to buy that if I can flex on him. So I'm gonna go get me one of them. Yeah, probably next year or something.
Yeah, I can't talk about shit like that until I'm like a year into this tax bracket. You feel me?
Hey
I
man,
just
shout out
got
to you
here.
getting to the
Yeah.
tax bracket.
Shout out to everybody moving up the tax bracket. Yeah.
Tax bracket.
Shout out to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You see, I clicked that clock back. I'm just like, yeah, you didn't do that, motherfucker. We still reaping benefits from fucking Barack Obama.
Man, fuck that Cheeto.
Yeah, Cheeto. Oh man, did you see the damn? Did you see the tan line on that nigga?
Hey, friend.
They had him sitting out there in that sun so long.
Fire your
but
makeup parties, bro. Fire your makeup parties, bro. Yeah, that shit looks horrible.
Hey, yeah.
Oh shit.
No, but like real talk though,
We gotta get to Gail.
Dude, really? Because I can stay on Donald Trump all day.
Man.
But listen though, but real talk though, like, all right, with all seriousness though,
Hey, that's crazy that we talking about Donald Trump and Sunshine.
he gotta quit it.
Sunshine is in the great state of Kansas right now.
And he did say some dumbass shit, didn't he?
Yeah.
What did he say? He's like, Kansas City Chiefs,
Listen,
great state of. I said,
Representing the great
surprised.
state of Kansas. Yeah.
Do we deserve to be surprised that he said anything? Like, the motherfucker say whatever he want. But I'm gonna tell you, he did give a good speech when he won, when he got acquitted. Whoever wrote that, he stuck the script finally.
Because they had so long to write and revise that speech because they knew that this shit was coming for so goddamn long. They knew that he was gonna get brought up for impeachment. They knew they knew that he was gonna get charged, but they also knew that he was gonna get acquitted. So it was just like try to I don't know.
But you know what though?
Not preserve his image, but really
The same thing happened with Bill Clinton
make
though.
his image.
When you got a whole house that got the majority, you can't expect it to get passed. But at the end of the day, it's still what my nigga YG said, and that's fuck Donald Trump. That's why when a lot of my, I got coworkers or just even some of my white acquaintances asked to listen to the show, I tell them, but I give them a warning. I kind of give them the look. I don't tell them no words. I want them to find out. I'll be like, ooh, you sure? You sure you want to
Tune
in the Black Podcast, baby? But all right. Talk about a Black Podcast,
Real
motherfuckers.
shit.
I got 2 bones to pick.
Black Podcast, Black History Month.
This is my segment, which I call what do I call this segment? Damn, I forgot. The Black Experience. I ain't forgot my goddamn segment. This is the Black Experience in America, man. Every week, this segment is about every week, everyday living, every fucking black human being on this side of the continent that has had to deal with some type of negative or even positive experience in this country. And this week I got a couple topics, but the main topic, before we get into the main topic, I do want to discuss the police disparities between how they react to black missing folks and white missing folks. A family friend of ours, Jimmy Stewart, had been missing for the last 4 weeks. His people been reaching out to newscasters, police departments, hospitals. They took every step that was supposed to be taken to try to get assistance to help find their loved ones. They was turned down at every turn. Everybody kept saying there's nothing that we can do for them. There's nothing that we can do at this time. The police department, the Dayton Police Department, told that family that grown people can just up and leave. They can disappear. So it's not enough information for them to go out and try to even put a search warrant out for them. Even just type of search team or something, they weren't gonna waste the resources to basically find this black old man who they looked in the history thing and it don't look like he was making no money for nobody. So they don't feel like it was just important to find him. Okay, 4 weeks later, they found Jimmy Stewart dead in an abandoned house.
Damn.
The police had tips and everything that he could be in certain areas. Them certain areas wasn't searched. That was somebody's brother. That was somebody's dad. That was somebody's uncle, somebody's son. They did not care. But every time, no disrespect to white people, but a white girl, Sarah, you see Sarah Lynn, Becky Lou all on the news is please help find Madison. So everybody start search parties. They want you to send all this stuff. And this can be within 24 hours or 72 hours.
I just seen some shit, man. They still looking for fucking Erica Baker after 21 years.
Man,
Yeah.
She got to be goddamn 30
So is it
years old now.
So is it resources? Is it resources that you need? Or is it just not caring about black bodies?
This nigga, for real, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
it ain't.
just,
It ain't about. It's not about what we care about. It's what they care about because they the ones. They're the ones with resources. You feel me?
yeah, because
We have the need. That doesn't mean that we have the means to fulfill the need.
man. But you know what? But that's the sad part about it is like, and you know what? When we in these situations, that's why I be encouraging us as a community amongst each other, help each other out. If you see they telling you no, we should have resources that can tell us yes. That's what's wrong with the black churches. That's why we don't believe in those systems too much more, because when we can't go down there and get the help, why can't we come to the doors where we pay the tithes at every week? Why we not knocking on y'all doors like, hey, can we get search parties for our family
And they
members?
won't be able to dress as nice. You feel me? And adorn they
Yeah.
they building with all.
Why are homeless people even in abandoned houses?
And all that shit.
We seeing the wave. We seeing the wave of homes being built by companies, organizations, little shacks and stuff for homeless people to go in. Why is it that our people are still out here homeless? Why are we seeing all this investment in the downtown Dayton and the surrounding of downtown Dayton, but there's no placement going to be put in place for these homeless people?
Well, my personal opinion on that is, I ain't gonna say that they're not gonna do it. Don't get me wrong, I don't know.
Right.
But how I kind of see stuff is they do stuff in sections. They start with downtown Dayton, they go to this area, they go to this area. But even though it's still kind of fucked up, because we all think our situation, area situation of ours is important, just like the next person, you feel me? I think they kind of really do it in sections, but then too is like, you know, the timing of everything.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. On top of that, we ain't even talking about no development.
When
We still
they
talking
do
about
the-
where are you placing
What about
these
the-
homeless folks that's right in front of these buildings that you reconstructing. They right there. They laying right outside on the ground.
Just
You
see
stepping
one
on
walking
them.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, you know, you stepping on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all walking in with big ass. We walk in. I'm not even going to say y'all. Because we all are living regular lives. And just like, you don't understand, like, a lot of us complain about the small, like you said, small shit you going through in your life. You think it could be the worst. And I tell people all the time, remember, your situation might not always be the worst situation in the room. So when you want everybody to feel you, you never know what the fuck the next person in the room going through. Like, nah, nigga, feel me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just might not be telling you. You got some people that voice their shit, some people that don't, some people that can't, some people that silence. Like those people down there, like Jimmy Stewart. He was silenced because nobody took the time out to try to go help his family find him. I think a few years ago we had a situation like that where an old man had called the law and said he was stuck in a ditch.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, for some reason they couldn't get to him, and all that time they didn't look hard enough, and they ended up
By the
finding
river.
him dying by the river.
That was somebody, daddy, they granddaddy, you feel me?
Yeah.
And they ain't really care.
But when somebody leave Maria Joseph and she of Italian descent or something, they got the search dogs out and everything. We found her. She had dementia. Walked down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And all
Because it's a priority.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is.
You said it just right, a
It's a
priority.
priority. But
And if people want to try to play devil's advocate and say it's not a black or white thing, okay, let's just say it about let's say it is a segment. Let's say that it is.
Who gonna say that?
No, I'm just saying you got some people that are trying to argue the fact and say don't make everything black or white. Well, let's say it's about what we call money. It's not money fascism. It's about money classism. Classism. It's like, okay, what class are you in? Is she worth? Just like the situation. I didn't know that in a case of a mass shooting or a disaster where people die, your life can be judged off of what they thought you were gonna make. Dante, my sister's child's father, you know, Dominique Vincent, you know, when they family got the money, when everybody was so excited about them getting that money, saying the news pronounced they get this lump sum of money, it don't work like that. All the fees got to be taken out, all the shit get taken out, and he only being awarded for what the state felt like his life was worth.
Right. They can evaluate that.
How do you evaluate a man's life? You don't know what he was gonna come up in. You don't know what he might have had a chance to get. It was like they shortened black people odds, and then was just like, yeah, you ain't have a potential too much to make no money.
We got a long history of white folks in their institution putting prices on our lives.
Yes,
Real talk, and that shit don't go away. You feel me? You see it all throughout the prison system. You see it all throughout the work.
That's why they don't reform our people in prison. They put them in small programs and shit so that them programs are sponsorships of the prison. It's all about the money that's flowing into the prison. That's why they the only ones that's able to get in there and get that's why they the only ones able to like operate inside the prisons. Everybody ain't allowed to go into prison and sell their stuff, their product, speak, talk, they goddamn speak their agendas to the prisoners. It's only certain organizations that get that. You think them organizations ain't funding that? And them people going in there fake rehabilitating people, and then them guys come right out, and when they get out of jail, you don't have nothing set up for them, no real jobs. Everything is minimum wage. They can't live in certain areas. They can't get certain jobs. Everybody turns them down because they say, oh, well, you ain't been out long enough. There's so many obstacles put into place, and the probation officer or the parole officer telling you, I need you to go to this class, this group meeting, this orientation, this, with no transportation, no money, no nothing, but you better figure it out. Oh, you didn't figure it out in a month, you going back to jail.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because
I'm proud of you you just broke some shit down.
It is intended
for real.
to be
That's some real shit.
A revolving door.
Yeah.
They want you. They want to get you out, to get the impression that prison is reformatory and rehabilitating, but in fact, they are conditioning you while you in there to return right back to that motherfucker.
Exactly.
Because you are the cheapest labor that they can get outside of illegal migrant workers. You feel me?
Jimmy Stewart might have been homeless because he was in a system that didn't allow him to be able to obtain a home. You catch certain crimes, you can't get public housing.
Mm-hmm.
You catch certain crimes, you can't get a job.
No.
Or certain jobs, without certain jobs, you can't live in certain lifestyles. You can't get in a nice home.
And that turns people to lives of crime all the time. You feel me?
So, and where are we getting a break? That they always say, this is that mentality of pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Everybody else got a head start, don't worry about everybody else.
But the thing is, these people, you feel me, people that are incarcerated or have been incarcerated, have things on their record, they are, you feel me, it is within legal right according to American law to infringe upon their basic rights, you feel me? They're not entitled to all the same rights that we have.
No, once you are in custody. But listen, I wish we can pull it up. Let's try to pull it up. Do you know, if you don't know, after slavery was ended, they had something called black laws or something like that.
Black codes. They
Black
had
codes.
like the Vegas
loitering and stuff. So basically,
Like
they freed black people, but black people had no place because they was promised 40 acres and a mule. Nobody was given none of that. And even when they was getting freed, it was owners that was telling them like, oh no, well you ate this, you ate that, you owe me this still trying to hold on ties to them or bribe them, saying if you stay here, we'll just pay you and you can still live in your shack so you still work for us, trying to make it. Because keynote, the North was free, but they still underpaid the blacks for working in the thing. They just didn't have them enslaved. Still treated them like shit. You still didn't eat with them. You still didn't break bread with them. You still came through a different door. It was no difference. So don't think that either side was really trying to win for it to be total freedom for the black people. It was, we know that legally you can't be hanging people and you can't be beating people and holding them captive without paying them.
Nah, it wasn't even that. The thing was, they wanted to, the Union wanted to abolish slavery,
Okay.
so that the South couldn't afford to secede from the Union. You feel
Okay.
me? They wanted to break off and form the Confederacy.
See, he gonna break it down in terminology for you. Let's
They
get
would
it.
have
Speak,
built up.
man.
They would have built up an abundance of resources and weapons and alliances. You feel me? Over a longer span of time, if they could have continued to be funded by free labor in the South. You feel me? Like you said, there was less of that or none of that really going on in the North at the time. You feel me? They was making money off of the same sort of industries, textiles and all of that shit, but they were paying people.
Yeah.
It might have been pennies, you feel me?
Penny on the dollar.
On the week, you feel me?
Yeah.
But they were still paying people. these motherfuckers got hundreds and thousands of free workers down here, you feel me? They basically getting free, you feel me? Free bands, for real. So they gonna advance, they gonna have more to invest in their country and their military and all of that than we gonna have if we don't stop them right now.
Yeah, and that's
really
the
to
fact.
stop the Southern bag. That was it, and that's why motherfuckers is still mad to this day because the Civil War left the rich motherfuckers. You see back in the Gone with the Wind and all that shit, they was all rich and fancy and shit back down in the South back in the day, and now they after the Civil War they all got left broke and shit, fucked up. They houses and mansions got burned down and all that shit.
Yeah, they lost a lot. A lot of people lost a lot, and people who don't know, black people fought on that front line of that war. So and it is true that parties, it is true that parties basically switched. You get what I'm saying? And that thing is, but at neither party were black people the focal point. Other than from an economic standpoint.
Exactly.
Free labor is the reason that America is the leading country on this world. You know why?
China.
Because if we didn't have 400 years of fucking free labor, they didn't get all that free money. They built everything and didn't pay nobody. That's why when they come up to reparations and shit now, and they try to turn their head like we don't owe y'all that. We didn't do that. We didn't do that.
Living off of it right now.
They living off the benefits of it now. That all that, and that's tied into like religion, what we told, and all this, what to believe in. We gonna get our streets of honey and gold when we die. Why we can't live like that when we here? So basically, to wrap all that up, because we just went into a whole history lesson on you niggas.
Hey man, it is Black History Month.
It is Black History Month. Just to let y'all know, we ain't dumb. But listen,
you just put me up on some shit. You kind of hear different stuff, but then you just refreshed it. I'm like, damn, you all right.
yeah, I think, bro, prison is like, that shit is about money, bro. Look at the calls. Why does it cost a person $15 to call home from a county jail?
Right.
Who can afford to keep doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like it just be unbearing, bro. I gotta pay for them to see a picture or a video of their family. Like, you gotta pay to look at a picture of your family. So how's that rehabilitating me? I gotta pay to see y'all, and then it go off of, like it's just weird. And basically, so because we at the 4:30 mark, to wrap that up, basically, man, I'm gonna tell you this: stay black. Black don't crack unless you smoke it. Stick together. Let's teach each other. Let's not judge each other. No matter what your friends and family going through. No, let me tell you something.
Say no to drugs unless I'm offering them to you.
And no, like real spit. Quit spending so much energy breaking each other down and spend a lot more energy building each other up. And we can get places. We getting places because I don't want to act like we not. We getting a lot of places, a lot of groups and organizations. Shout out to the Dayton Young Black Professionals. They got a whole weekend planned. I couldn't make the events. We had stuff planned. But if you got things to do, I'm gonna share it on our page. If you ain't got nothing to do up until I think Wednesday, they got stuff going on, different events. So if you ain't got nothing to do, go down there, represent yourself, introduce yourself to other professional people of color.
I just had a baby on Friday.
Congratulations.
Yeah, shout out to Cuz for that. Reproduction in the world is what they trying to stop. They don't want us to keep having babies. But listen, let me tell y'all something, just for real, man. Build each other up. Stop doing that breaking each other down shit. Unless you're trying to break down somebody who on a high horse and you just trying to, you know what I'm saying, teach them. And it ain't in a negative way. It's about positive, what is that? Corrective criticism. Sorry. Corrective criticism is what we need. They ain't your friend if they always saying yes or you right. That's not. Make sure you ain't around no yes motherfucker.
Like, let me have some money, let me have some money, let me have some money.
So you know what we're gonna do with this? This is when we about to get into a deep comment. We got 30 minutes, and I want to spend this last 30 minutes talking about Gayle King and then the response that she got for bringing up Kobe's alleged sexual assault encounter. You know what I'm saying? Where it was settled out of court, which happened, 1994?
Yeah.
Nah, 2003.
I was gonna say, I said, yup, like it was. That shit
That was Jordan.
That nigga was like 15 and 2
I'm talking shit. That was
1993.
Jordan. But
Hey.
2003, but
Hey, can I play the clip that when I know we're gonna talk about it, but I do want to play the clip with Snoop
Snoop
Dogg.
Dogg.
Hey,
Yeah.
Uncle Snoop.
all right, what we gonna do is we gonna play both
Dog,
clips.
yeah.
I'm gonna play Gayle King's clip first of the interview, and I want you guys to be able to, so you can hear it from her yourself. I don't want her to do the response. Gayle King, Lisa. Yo, yo, yo.
Gayle King, Lisa Leslie.
Yeah.
She said, I am angry.
Yeah, I'm trying to really pull up the clip.
See, and I ain't trying to be one of the people because they saying like it's misogyny.
I had only seen the clip that you saw. I'd be
No,
extremely
she's
angry
answering.
with you too.
I don't, that ain't the one we
I
want.
want everyone to know.
See
So I control and lead with
No.
you too. I am.
No.
She is not doing well. I will tell you that. Shut
Yeah,
up.
see, that's what I don't
That
like.
shit had me.
Hold on. I think I got
I
it.
ain't feeling that, Oprah.
complicated because
How you think
sexual
they
assault
told
got it right
trans
here.
families now?
in 2003, 2004.
Gayle King took to Instagram to defend herself.
See, it's still
against
the
a tidal
defendant.
wave
They
of
keep taking. Did they
backlash
take the
directed
video?
at her
Don't
both
tell me
right.
they take the video.
They took it out. Of course, man. She worked for
Oh,
CBS.
man.
She worked for
Because
CBS.
she said that she was extremely angry with the producers for.
They might have took it down, you guys, but
Yeah, but that was trash though. We know what she said, and we know that she said that
Angela Yee.
courtesy of the Breakfast Club,
Right.
I think we
Shout out to
should be
Breakfast
able to hear it. Let's see.
Get it?
I should have addressed it when he was alive, right?
Hold on.
I need journalists to explain.
Here we
But he
go.
was never like that. I just never it for me at all. I seen Kobe Bryant. Lisa Leslie was good friends with Kobe Bryant.
Which was dismissed in 2000
All right.
because of sexual assault charge.
Let's bring it back a little bit.
It's compli-
And there we go.
Good friends with Kobe Bryant.
There it is.
And
Yeah.
what happened?
It's been said that his legacy is complicated because of sexual assault charge, which was dismissed in 2003, 2004. Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player?
It's not complicated for me at all. Even if there's a few times that we've been in a club at the same time. Kobe's not the kind of guy. Never been like, let's go get that girl or tell her or send her this. I have other NBA friends that are like that. Kobe's he was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way.
I need journalists to explain to me why is Kobe Bryant's sexual assault case relevant right now? Like Kobe Bryant is dead. People had all those questions
I said the same fucking thing.
about their case. If they felt that way about him, they should have been addressed when he was alive, right?
Right, and here's some more of what happened with her interview with Lisa Leslie on CBS.
Courtesy of the Breakfast
Is it even
Club.
a fair question to talk about it, considering he's no longer with us and that it was resolved? Or is it really part of his history?
I think
the media.
that the media should be more respectful at this time. It's like if you had questions about it, you had many years to ask him that. I don't think it's something that we should keep hanging over.
Hey, Sunshine.
What's up, Sunshine?
Really, the case, it was dismissed because the victim in the case refused to testify, so it was dismissed.
And I think that that's how we should read it.
She making all the points.
And you know,
she making all the points against exactly what she
let's
doing
break that
right
down
now.
though. Let's break that down because you see, the real issue isn't even about asking. The timing is wrong, and then you egging it on when she clearly trying to tell you like, let's not get into this. And so for you as a journalist to not back off, quit doing that to your people. Quit using these opportunities to advance your career.
R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby.
Exactly. The common denominator is you and Oprah. Like, y'all gotta quit doing that to us. Like, when, you know what I'm saying, that at certain points of your careers, people in careers, people has already said questionable things, you know what I'm saying, from comments that you guys have made about your own culture and what y'all feel about stuff we going through.
They can do it because we come to expect it. They just better come to expect that backlash all the same. We ain't
Okay.
rocking.
We're gonna talk about that backlash too, because I think it's still certain ways that we have to address or black women
I
in each
think
other.
like I said, I had to stop myself from calling them outside their name because I don't want to contribute to the misogyny.
Yeah, Fabi, what you got to say about that?
Hey man, Uncle Snoop, man. Uncle Snoop, he said it for me, man.
But listen, I still don't believe. Let me tell you why I disagree with the response that Snoop gave.
Why?
You can challenge her. We can be upset. If you got a connection to Kobe, I can understand why you get upset. But you still also has daughters. You still have a mama. You still have something. They might have a different weight. They might still have a different opinion. And it's not okay for them to not be able to do their job. She is a journalist. And yeah, black people, we want this. Let's stick together shit. But only when it benefits us. She was doing her job. We want black people in them positions to do them jobs. It would have been a white woman up there, she would have asked the same question. But we think looking at her as you a black woman, you should know better not to ask that question when that's going to be asked. She just did it wrong timing. And I can understand people being upset. But I don't feel like we should be able to get on there and call her all type of bitches and shit like that. I don't agree with that.
I think credibility should work both ways.
It was
if we supposed to if it was a white woman up there, like you said, she would have said the same thing.
You said hold accountability.
She would have got worse backlash. But really, us.
But what white people don't do to their own people is get up there. They scold them behind closed doors. We was supposed to scold.
Hey, look here. Fuck what white people do. Shout out to white people, but fuck what y'all do. You feel me? Because y'all do what the fuck we do. Real talk. I ain't even gonna.
It smells like the green giant in here.
Even go cat. But like real talk, we had to let know that's black culture. We had to let Gail know that she was out of pocket. You feel me?
But why wasn't it certain ways that we can do it? Why did we have to go on a tirade, bro? What if there was
certain ways that we can do all sorts of things, but at the same time, Gail, if
she was getting death threats,
if we're supposed to be protected,
death threats, cuz
Gail's supposed to be protective of us.
That's death threats, cuz.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, that's part of your job.
Hey, look,
part of your job.
But listen to this. So Snoop said what he said, right?
Death threats. If a motherfucker want to threaten me,
right? He said what he said, right? And then he went back and said, listen, I don't want no harm to come to you.
Yeah,
I don't want no physical violence to come to you. But you wrong.
You did wrong, and I'm gonna agree with that.
I
said, I'm not opposing to the point. I'm not opposing to the point of checking her. No, I'm not holding her accountable. She definitely needs to be checked. I just don't feel that we should start putting that narrative out there because listen, look, we already got other cultures that feel like they want to do everything we do. That's why they on these videos and shit already calling us niggas and shit. True. So if we get up there and call her a bitch, when she get into it with a white man or something, he's gonna feel comfortable as fuck to get up there and call her a bitch. And then we gonna be up there trying to defend her because it's like, oh damn, that don't look right though.
Nah, man, fuck all that shit because it can only work one way. Either she's one of us all the time, or she ain't one of us.
But she's one of us all the time, but she just got a different job.
The thing is, you can't let your job dictate what you express as your opinion.
But we can't dictate how a person supposed to dictate how they supposed to operate through their job.
She got too much money and she's in too high of a position where she can try to tell us that she cannot decide or dictate what comes out of her mouth.
You know how many times we done seen them motherfuckers up there and then eventually let you know you thought I was running shit. I was just the face and the worker.
Hey, and that's the thing I'm thinking.
If you're able to compromise your integrity for your work, then you can't expect our support.
And that's the thing I'm thinking like this. Like,
I ain't gonna protect you. I ain't gonna protect you if your job is bigger than your integrity.
We don't gotta give her no support, but I just do not feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with us being that aggressive to our people. We don't have that same energy sometimes.
And to piggyback what he said, that's exactly what I think it is, man. Even though Gayle King, this black woman, is on TV, you know what I'm saying? She don't run nothing. You feel me? She got them people. She got them.
She gotta go with it.
Well, she got them. Look,
who
she
gonna
got
hire her? You?
Oprah.
Man,
Her
Oprah,
motherfucking
hey,
billion-dollar friend that
look,
owns
Oprah,
her
hey,
own network.
Look,
We
I
already don't
understand
fuck
that.
with
Hey,
her,
look,
bro, so when
and
she
cra-
get
and the
fired, we
crazy
like,
thing
shit,
about
that's her.
Oprah, and the
That's
crazy
what you
thing,
get, bitch.
hey, look,
I don't
and
give
the
a
crazy
fuck.
thing,
No,
hey, look,
we
and the
not
crazy
gonna
thing
call
about
her bitch.
Oprah tried to tear
I
down
did
Russell
already.
Simmons.
God damn it. God damn it, Gail.
Hey, Gail ain't coming on the show anyway. She
You
don't
don't
fuck
know,
with
bro.
black
She
people.
called me yesterday,
She
man.
don't fuck with black people.
She called me yesterday, bro. I was
What'd she say?
inboxing her, man. She said that thank
she's
you
trying to dig
for her
some dirt up
support.
on you. She was trying to dig some dirt up on you, bro. They gonna have a documentary, Surviving Ant Reynolds. These are all the niggas that Ant beat up. In the last.
Listen, if she gonna say anything, she gonna be like, listen,
Hey, you stupid.
Gail King, you wrong. Gail King, I'm gonna say this. You're
I
gonna say
ain't
this at
even
the
call
club.
you a bitch.
We're gonna say this to a conclusion at the clubhouse that Gail King, you was wrong. Wrong timing, wrong questioning. I don't think you should have been a part of the agenda to bring that up to light because simply Kobe Bryant didn't even die by himself. He died with Gigi. It's just dead wrong to
Uncle
bring
Snoopy, you
up.
was wrong too, man.
Uncle Snoop, we fuck with you. We know what you meant. We on the same page
I was
with you.
hurt too,
But
Kobe.
let's not continue to be that people and that group of people who are quick to tear each other down nationally,
Hey.
and then other groups of people don't do that to each other. That's why we be so upset, because we be like, man, you know he did wrong, you know he's saying some fucked up shit, but they gonna hold each other's back. You know what I'm saying? Us, we got to start being honest with each other, because that's why a lot of our friends is dead in jail. R.P. to Coleon.
I agree. I agree.
See,
that it just wasn't it wasn't proper.
Yeah.
It wasn't none
The
of this.
aggression
shit- none
is
of-
okay.
of course,
I'm
it was the
cool
heat.
with the
It was the
aggression.
heat of the moment too. You know what I'm
This
saying?
shit was proper.
As soon as the interview hit the net, Cuz then jumped on the phone and said what he said. You feel
he
me?
was
Just in the heat of the moment.
That was
and when
okay.
he came, and when
that's
he
what
came,
you call a emotional response.
yeah, it was just the heat of the moment. Now, when he went back and said, "I don't want no harm done to you, but you was wrong," I mean, I respected both
that was his
responses, but
logical-
I
that was his
totally,
logical response.
I understood it. But then on the other hand, too, it's like, man, you feel free to come out and say. And ask those questions to Lisa Leslie, knowing damn well that shit ain't right for real though.
He said,
but you can't be mad at
out of
you.
pocket, and
but
we watching you.
he said, you better clear it up before we come and get you.
Yeah,
I said, whoa,
that was the last bar.
Like,
That was
wait,
the last
you
bar.
can't, bruh. We can't do that. We can't do that. We won't do that. I won't allow that. I still got respect for all black women. But listen, black people, do not let these companies compromise your integrity and your connection with your people in order to move forward in these positions, because you're still expendable. You don't own the company. So at any time when they get ready to move your position and take your position, it's still able to be taken, no matter how many people you cross, how many bridges you burn. And it's it's gonna be your ass when you ain't got bridges to cross back over, because you did everything to advance your career. It can be lonely at the top, and that's only if you create that kind of space for yourself. So, just the fucking Clubhouse Live, the last podcast on the planet where we do shit. We on planet. Hey, we do this shit for real. We don't give a fuck how you feel. And it's your hottest host and this motherfucker. You know what it is. It's AR. Who else we got in here? I don't know you.
DJ Woe, I don't know.
Yeah. DJ Woe, this Denzel. Shout out to Sunshine out there in Kansas. Have fun. We got DJ Fat B on the one and two. We're going out with a banger. You got Yikes pulled up.
Oh, man, come on, man.
He ain't got Yikes. You see what I'm saying? He's still a fucking Nicki Minaj hater. After I tried to get him hip, and she fucking bodied Meek Mill this week. Meek Mill, you got 32 hours.
Days are numbered.
Okay. Fat Al, where you at, big DJ Al? Cause you know you love Cardi.
I love Cardi too.
This hard. Might just get your throat cut. Clap. All you bitches Rosa Parks. Yikes. You a clown. You do it for life. Yo, we out this motherfucker. Catch us next week, live, 3 to 5. Yo.
Man, people be saying all weird and shit.
You got this song on your computer?
Nah. What is that?
Well, I just sent you. That was
Fucking dick, man.
in case you needed it.
Okay.